Roman legionnaires, Celtic tribes, Vikings, Anglo-Saxons, Normans. For nearly 2,000 years, they and their descendants populated the English town of York, located about 175 miles north of London and about the same distance south of the Scottish capital Edinburgh. York was once the northernmost outpost of the Roman Empire. It was a garrison town with an estimated 6,000 legionnaires facing off against the Scottish clans to the north. In the year 306, Constantine was proclaimed Emperor of Rome in York, after his father, the Emperor Constantius, died there while they were campaigning in Britannia. 6 years later, Constantine converted to Christianity and decreed that it was now a permitted religion in the empire. A statue of Constantine the Great sits next to York Minster Cathedral. The cathedral is built on the foundation of Roman fortifications. The word minster is added to cathedral to designate that it is a church that sends out missionaries. The magnificent Gothic Cathedral we see today was built beginning in the year 1220. It took 250 years to complete. It replaced a Norman-era cathedral built in 1069, just after the Norman conquest of England. The Norman church replaced an Anglo-Saxon church built in 640. Between the Anglo-Saxons and the Normans, there was a period of Viking occupation, during which time the town was called Jorvik. York Minster Cathedral is the largest Gothic cathedral in Northern Europe. The nave, the area where the congregation sits, seats 2,000 and is the widest nave in England. At full capacity, the cathedral can hold over 4,000 worshippers. In the crypt, you can see remains of the Norman church and Roman ruins. York Minster today has a staff of 250 and over 300 volunteers. Maintenance is ongoing and never-ending. This large stained glass window behind the high altar, for example, is in the process of being restored. York Minster has more original medieval stained glass than any other church in England. The chapter house, the area where the bishop, clergy, and governing body meet, has also been used as a place where kings have held court, and Parliament has also met here on several occasions. The building is a national treasure, but there is much more to York. Right next door is St. Michael the Belfry, where the notorious Guy Fawkes was baptized in 1570. Fawkes conspired in a failed attempt to blow up the Parliament in London on November 5, 1605. Ever since that day, it's been called Guy Fawkes Day and is marked with bonfires and fireworks. The town has some of the best surviving medieval architecture in the world. This is the Shambles, once the street of butchers. Livestock were driven down the narrow street to market and came back to be slaughtered. Blood and entrails were dumped into the street. Meat hung on hooks under the second-floor overhangs. The word shambles is still used today to describe any disorganized mess. There are no butchers on the Shambles today, just hordes of tourists. York has a number of very narrow, pedestrian-only passageways, shortcuts between streets and courtyards. They are now called snickleways, well-traveled during nightly ghost walks and pub crawls. Just west of the cathedral, on the banks of the River Ouse, are the remains of St. Mary's Abbey. The once powerful and rich Benedictine monastery was destroyed by the forces of King Henry VIII after his break with the Roman Catholic Church. The ruins sit in a 10-acre park, now home to the City Museum. It's a popular place for weekend events and weddings. The park's Riverwalk is named in honor of a famous York native, the actress Dame Judi Dench. York was and still is a walled city. You can walk for 2.5 miles around the city along the rampart. York is a very walkable town. The rail station is less than half a mile from the heart of town on the opposite bank of the river. York has long been a major rail center, because of its location. There's a great railroad museum in York. York is a wonderful place to visit, and with help of high-speed trains, it's only 2 hours from King's Cross Station, making it an easy day trip from London. York is well worth the effort if you have the time.